So yeah, I guess this was the kind of look Kate Middleton was going for with the BAFTA dress, you know? Wow, I mean, I don't know if she'd ever go as far as to wear red ones, but this was the look. And I think as much as the red gloves scare me, um, I do think that the idea with this dress, with the gloves, the pairing here is better than what Kate did. And why do I think it works better? I think, as I said, the dress that Kate wore with those particular black gloves was just not a dress that was intended to be worn with like this sort of hardcore leather look, if you know what I mean. You get away with the dress or you get away with the gloves depending on what you put it with. Like this one here, again, because there's no sort of chiffony, cloudy, off the shoulder thing that Kate was wearing, just really threw off the balance, and it just was the wrong aesthetic. This works as well here. Here she, again, shoulders are completely bare. She wears these short ones. Okay. I kind of thought, well, Kate should have gone with like shorter gloves, but definitely not all the way up to her ankles, only to her wrist. But even then, I don't know if it would have worked with that dress, but it was just wrong. I mean, it's like putting a dress like this with those gloves. It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You see it, right? You see, it's like you can't put a dress like that with gloves like that. I mean, I know it's an old story, but I mean, for her stylist, I mean, please, you've got to think about the material of the dress. You have to think about the style of the dress. And then you accessorize the dress. And even her earrings, it's like the earrings and the gloves with this dress, I don't think works. Those earrings, this dress needs more sort of refined, delicate jewelry, sort of what she did here. And see, she has the gold cuff bracelets. It's just simplicity and elegance. This tried to pair a biker jacket with like, I don't know. I mean, you know, I don't know. It's like, I don't know. It's like she just came back from the gym and she didn't even like have time to shower, and she just threw this on and threw it together without any rhyme or reason, and the whole thing just doesn't work. Even if she had taken those, well, those gloves would have been too long with a dress like this, but even if she had tried it with a dress like this, but shorter gloves, it would have worked better, I think, than with the white. You know what I mean? I mean, with this look, she needs to put on like a pair of Nike sneakers and lose that little clutch she has. So she has on the Nike, the gloves, and yeah, I mean, that's it. It's like she's going to the gym or coming back from the gym. I think this works because, again, the style of the dress allows it. You see, the style of the dress allows it. See the same color. It's not such a big contrast. I mean, I don't know how white gloves would have looked with that dress. I still think it wouldn't have worked because that off the shoulder thing it just took away you can't wear gloves with that, right? See, there's a science to it. It's like making pancakes. You see, here this works better again because of the style of the dress, and you have the transparent gloves, so that works for me. Okay. That works for me. But this has apparently been a trend for 2 years, or no, since 2019, I think. So, I wasn't really like privy to that. I just knew that I didn't like it. But, I'm not an expert on fashion or anything, God forbid. I just know what I like. This works because, again, of the style of the dress and the color. There's not that big contrast. I mean, even something like this works, but it wouldn't have worked on Kate because it's too edgy. See, it's too edgy for Kate. Kate is, you have to take into account who you are and your personality as well. This works on Beyonce, actually. And, there's a big contrast. But again, I think the style of the dress matters. And these are very, very over the top. Again, it works because the style of the dress matters. This works also because of the style of the dress. Her white gloves. Okay, these work. These work for this dress because of the style of the dress, and they're not all the way up nearly under her armpits. They stop right below her bosom. They have some character with the zipper. Kate can't wear that to the BAFTAs, obviously. I mean, unless she had zipped them up. She's not a biker girl, for God's sake. Everything matters. Context matters. You know what I mean? And of course, this works because, it is, the length of it is important, and the whole look together is important. So that works very beautifully. Very, very classic, very elegant, very regal. How could I possibly have forgotten this? Okay, now it makes some sense. Okay, so that's what the stylist was trying to do. You see the classicness of this look. I mean, it's just, I can't explain why this works and why that other thing did not work, but there's a difference. There's a way to do it and a way not to do it. You see what I'm saying? You have to take all the elements into consideration. You can't just pull, did somebody wear gloves? I'm going to wear gloves. Okay, but you have to do it correctly. Just look at this woman. Beautiful human being. Here she is again with white gloves. You see, the length of the gloves are very, very important. Well, everything is important, where the sleeves stop on her coat matters in relation to the gloves, the color, etc. I mean, she could have even worn black gloves with these, but it depends on the occasion. It depends on the situation, right? Everything has to be factored in, and that's why I think Kate should fire her stylist, because as a stylist, I'm not a stylist. I don't know anything about style, but I have eyes, right? Like everybody else. I mean, the stylist needs to have the right eye. She needs to see it. She needs to see that something works and it does not immediately, right?